So is it just me, or is it just a weird time in sports? I mean, it's basketball season right now, but we already know who's going to win the championship. And football's kind of in the dead area between training camp and the draft. Nobody's really been suspended. Nobody's suing Roger Goodell or trying to appeal some kind of suspension in court. And it's just a weird time there in OTAs. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the New Orleans Saints first-round draft pick Marcus Davenport and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers first-round draft pick Vita Vea. I'm going to compare the two and let you guys know who's best set up for success early on in their career. We're starting right now. What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk. Man, you guys already know what it is. The show you might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And on this channel, I give you recap and analysis of the best division in the NFL, the NFC South. So if you want to see more videos about the Bucs, the Panthers, the Saints, or the Falcons, hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon. That way you get notification every time I drop a video. Go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. It goes a long way, and it doesn't take but 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. But hey, real quick, down in the comments below, you guys let me know who you think is going to have the biggest impact early on in their rookie year. Who set up best for success? Is it going to be Vita Vea in Tampa Bay, or is it going to be Marcus Davenport in New Orleans for the Saints? All right, so in my previous video, I talked about the Panthers and the Falcons comparing their first-round draft picks since they both took wide receivers. I'll link that up somewhere up here. You guys go ahead and check that out after this video. However, I want to compare the first-round draft picks for the two other teams in the division since they both decided to select defensive linemen. Yes, granted, they're two different positions. One's in the interior with the Bucs and one's in the edge rusher with New Orleans Saints, but we can still have some fun. So we knew going into the draft, both teams needed to address their pass rush. I didn't really predict the Saints to go pass rush. I thought they'd probably go tight end or backup quarterback. Who knows? I mean, Lamar Jackson's on the board, but that's besides the point. They traded up to get Marcus Davenport, the freak athlete out of Texas, San Antonio. He's a freak athlete. It is what it is. And when the Bucs, mind you, we know how bad their pass rush was. They had the second worst pass defense, and they were last in sacks, something like that. They were towards the bottom in the toilet bowl, whatever. So we knew what time it was there. We might have thought they were going DB at the top of the draft with Derwin James since their secondary was trash. They didn't go that way. Jason Light made a move to get Vita Vea, probably the best interior lineman in the draft. Looking back on it, it's a decent pick. Of course, secondary needed to be addressed, but they made some moves later on in the draft to solve that problem. However, we're talking about the D linemen. Yes, the D linemen, the big boys, the fat guys, the hog mollies, the whatever you want to call them, the big uglies. I think one of my old coaches used to call them. And they got two guys that are two good ones. So if both guys need to be stepping in right away to make an impact, my question is, which guys set up to best have success in their rookie year? So before you Saints fans get all in your feelings or your Bucs fans get all in your feelings and think I'm just writing these guys off without seeing them play, I'm just looking at the situation that they're in. I'm not saying one's going to be an all-star, one's a bust. I haven't seen anything from these guys yet, so don't take any offense to this. So let's start with Vita Vea in Tampa Bay. Tampa's D-line group as a whole got a facelift anyway, which needed to happen. The only familiar face right now is Gerald McCoy. They got some Super Bowl experience with JPP and Vinny Curry. And like I said, Gerald McCoy is one of the best three techs in the league anyway. So adding a nose guard like Vea right there that can take up space and free up take up multiple blockers to free up space for those fast athletic linebackers behind them to run around and make plays is the perfect piece to go into the Bucs front four. To me, Vita Vea at worst is just a space eater. He may not be a huge penetrator or somebody that just comes in and turns and destroys the league off rip, but at worst, he's a big body that you have to respect because he's like 6'4", 350 damn near. And that's a lot of man. Even for NFL stakes, he is huge. With him being around such other good linemen like JPP, Vinny Curry, and Gerald McCoy, he's not going to be counted on to make a huge impact early. He's not going to be needed to come and get X amount of tackles for loss or X amount of freaking sacks or whatever. I mean, he just can come in there, play his role, learn from some vets around him. That would probably elevate his gameplay anyway. When you play around good players, your gameplay elevates automatically because you want to play up to their standards. I think this is going to allow him to play free and just be able to come on and learn as he goes. And I think early on, like I said, he may just be a space eater, but as the season goes on, he'll start getting more and more comfortable with the scheme and what he's doing. And I think he'll be able to make an impact. Granted, he is a nose guard, so you won't really be able to see it in the stats, but if you're really watching that football film, you'll notice him out there making an impact. So Marcus Davenport and the Saints. This guy is a freak at, like, the measurables were off the charts. I mean, I see why people would fall in love with him for the draft. Like, he dominated his level of play. Granted, it was a smaller school, but he dominated his level of play. And that's all you can ask from a guy, is to dominate the guys that's in front of you. However, he is a raw athlete, definitely has all the tools, and he definitely probably has a chance to be one of the elite sack artists in this league. Like I said, Cam Jordan was a force pretty much the whole season, but he kind of faded towards the playoffs when people actually try to scheme for you and really pay attention to what you're doing, because guys are going to double team you. They're going to put a tight end on your side to make your angle to the quarterback a little different. They're going to chip you, especially if you don't have any other pass rushers they really have to worry about. They can go one-on-one with those guys and pretty much pay attention to the guy they know is the problem. So early on, Marcus Davenport is going to be able to take advantage of all the attention that Cam Jordan's getting, and when he's one-on-one and not having to face chips and all that trash to get through to get to the quarterback. So he's going to have every opportunity to make an impact, because he's going to be singled up. He'll just beat the man in front of him and make some moves. About that point, I said about making moves. The kind of problem with most rookie D linemen is because they're so used to playing in college. They're usually a better athlete, or they're bigger, or they're stronger, or whatever the case may be. They can rely on that athleticism. But when they get to the NFL, it's hard to realize that everybody's big, everybody's strong, everybody's fast, everybody's getting paid. Everybody's got a family to feed, and these guys are hungry. So it's going to be on Davenport and the vets around him, like Cam Jordan, to teach him, like, hey, you got to learn some counter moves, more than one move. You can't just run past guys or overpower guys and just bench press them or bull rush. You need counter moves when your first move doesn't work. What can you do to come back? It's almost like hand fighting. That's why you see a lot of these guys doing karate stuff, the hand placement and all that. It's a lot more than you think. It's not just, okay, run past this guy and get to the quarterback. We've seen players like Jadeveon Clowney come into this league that's been one of probably the best combination of size, speed, strength that I can't remember in recent days who has the size, speed, and strength of Jadeveon Clowney. And Marcus Davenport is pretty comparable on that end. I'm not saying he's Clowney, but I'm just saying the measurables are comparable. Even he struggled a little bit early on. So Marcus Davenport's going to learn how to channel that athleticism and use it. Don't use it as a crutch. It should be an asset to your technique. Become a technician. Let your athleticism be an asset that just puts you over the top. Don't rely on it for everything, because, like I said, everybody's big, everybody's strong, everybody's a great athlete. What was given up for Davenport? I don't know, man. He's probably going to have to come in and make an impact pretty early. I know he's a raw athlete. It's going to take some time to come on, but that learning curve is going to happen. Going to have to be a little bit sooner rather than later. Because Cam Jordan's going to need some help. There's some good quarterbacks in the division that you're going to need to be able to get after on a week-to-week basis. There's good quarterbacks in the league that you're going to have to get over on a week-to-week basis. Yeah, the pressure is on him, but if he comes in and makes plays, it's going to be all for naught. Nobody's going to remember what was given up for him. Remember how much the Falcons gave up to get Julio Jones, and it probably was still a stupid deal, but at the same time, they got the best receiver in the NFL, so it ends up working out. Nobody's complaining right now. You guys probably even forgot about it until I just said something. However, my pick is Vita Vea to have the biggest impact early on in his rookie season. For the reasons I said before, I think he's in a good position that he can thrive in. We'll see what Mike Smith, the D coordinator, does to set him up for success. But I like Vita Vea early on, and especially facing teams in the division. Like, I think pretty much everybody in the division has 1 to 2 backs that can get the job done. So you're going to need a guy inside that can stop the run and take up some space. However, I'm not going to write Davenport off too early. There is a lot of pressure. I'm anxious to see how he does when he gets in there. So you guys let me know down below in the comments who you think is going to have the better rookie season and rookie impact, and who's set up best for success. So without further ado, my name is Aaron Duncan signing off. I'll see you next time.